a person.
So now we're going to blame Vanderpump Rules for your antidepressant medication
No, that they
because
violated her laws.
no,
Well,
I'm backing up a step
oh,
because she basically said that, well, yeah, I do take medication, but it's only because, like, when I started filming, that's around the time I got on antidepressants. She is still trying to
mm,
figure out a way to deflect and throw shade and salt or whatever it is on anybody else but herself. like, like,
true,
like, ugh, my goodness.
true. Ugh. Okay. Then Bethenny's like, an employer cannot say that person works for them. We're going to take a quick break because I have a feeling my dogs are going to bark. So,
Okay.
as always, thanks for listening, and we'll be right back. I don't think that it's not taking accountability, and stop it, Bethenny, stop it. What is your vendetta? I feel like
Against the network.
right. It is. I really think if we go back and we look at the Watch What Happens Live, the one with Jeff Lewis, I remember watching that episode live like
Mm-hmm.
chaos. I really think something unspoken was happened there.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. That Rachel took things like a champ. Rachel said, "That's interesting that you say that just because I did walk off the stage and he summoned me back." Ma'am, you drank a bottled water and you turned around. Like we were all watching it. She said that she thought that she was going to have a mental health advocate to help her after the reunion, but because she did the interview with TMZ, that she thinks that she was being punished. That's what she said. She said, "Oh my God." She said, "Going into the reunion, it was promised to me that I would have a mental health advocate in my trailer as I watched the first two parts of the reunion, and then behind the scenes just in case for my own mental well-being. And that was taken away from me like the day before the reunion. And I think it was punishment because I did this like paparazzi guy found me waiting to get my nails done on the sidewalk of the street, and I felt awkward being inside there. And I got asked some of his questions, or I answered some of his questions. They were very basic. I didn't give anything away that the reunion was going to touch on. And I think that the network saw that and was, I don't know, angry, disappointed, and punished me by taking away my mental health advocate." And then Bethenny says, "Oh, okay." Oh, okay. And then she said, "And then there's one more thing regarding the HIPAA situation. So it got out that I was at the Meadows for mental health treatment. And sorry, one of my peers who recognized me when I came into the Meadows was like, 'Oh my gosh, Raquel, what are you doing here?' And she was in for the duration of the time, so she didn't know anything about the scandal, but she watched the show. So I filled her in about the situation and things that led me up to coming, and that was my first week. And her last week, the same day she left, there was news that I was in a place called the Meadows getting mental health treatment, and that was a violation of my privacy. And then it got picked up, but then there was a conversation of, oh, Raquel isn't getting treatment, she's at a spa, she's at Miraval. Who said that? Castmates? Yeah, castmates, insiders, people who know for a fact. And so that whole narrative being pumped out that I was at some spa, and I had my team telling them and say, look, you guys, she's at the Meadows. We have the paperwork to confirm it. Will you dispel those rumors that she's at a spa? And they refused to do that to create the narrative, to keep this narrative going. So, Rachel, to be clear,
Mm-hmm.
someone said you were in a mental health facility. I remember seeing that online. I was following the scandal, right? I did see that.
All
And then
right.
quickly after, I saw that you were at a spa
Then it was like,
named Miraval.
JK.
Miraval, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I didn't hear was the name the Meadows until your team said that you were at the Meadows, and you just confirmed that it was your own team
Mm-hmm.
that confirmed the place that you went for treatment. Am
Mm-hmm.
I mistake? Did I? Am I
No.
miss? Okay, just not okay. Let's see. Uh, did anyone from Bravo reach out to Rachel post reunion for concern, wanting to help, wanting to pay for treatment? What was Bravo's reaction? No, there was no check-in from anybody to see if I was okay and just to, follow up. Okay. Then it was an ad break. And let's see. Da-da-da. That's essentially it. That's essentially it. All in all, I think Tom Sandoval sucks, and I hope he keeps getting the smoke, but he still showed up to work, I guess. Um, I think that it was ill-advised of Rachel to do this podcast with Bethenny. I
Oh,
think
for
that
sure.
it was a bad idea. I think even what she said, it just does not sound in any like way that it is like there's no I don't hear growth or anything. And I'm not judging. I mean, we all make mistakes, whatever, but girl, stop playing. No one that network didn't make you have an affair.
I mean, because it's not like she is this underage, clueless, person that's been under a rock or from a different fucking planet or some shit and has no idea what an affair is, what a friend is, what's wrong, what's right. Like, you decided to be a part of this affair and you knew that there was a chance that you could be caught. That's why it's called an affair. Like, at this point, like, you cannot, there's nothing else. And I feel like this whole interview for her was like, let me try to figure out a way to get some sympathy, to get some more, because I realize people don't care as much anymore about me. Let me figure out a way to try to make somebody care about me in that sense. We
Right.
don't.
Oh, she got
We don't
upset
feel sorry for you anymore.
about the
We
send
don't.
it to Daryl from Lala. And now she's profiting off of it, having merch. And I'm like, you know what? It's funny. It's funny because you're acting like this is brand new, especially for Lauren from Utah. And it's
Hmm.
not because remember, she had a palette named Bambi Eyed Bitch, which was what you were known for on the show. Not that you
Yep.
did anything spectacular, Rachel. It was the fact that Lala called you a Bambi Eyed Bitch. I mean, I hate to say it that way. So and then, unfortunately, which I think you needed, girl, and I don't think you should have done this interview. I think you need some privacy.
Yeah.
But when the when everyone was doing podcasts talking about this, you weren't there. You didn't do an interview on a podcast that was the most listened to or whatever, whatever. You didn't even do a Sandoval with Howie Mandel. You waited until now. And I also understand because you're seeing them filming and people are asking like if you're coming back or if you're not. But there's I mean, I think get out of the spotlight. Live your life privately for a little bit.
Yeah. I I don't feel like at this point it matters anymore for her to say anything.
Right. Like what's the point?
It just doesn't. I feel like she just needs to, I've said it before, like just go, I don't know, move to another state somewhere, do something very low key, figure out some sort of way to have some passive income coming in
Mhm.
and just chill. Maybe pop out every once in a while and people will be, oh, there's Rachel, another sighting. But other than that, you don't need to do nothing else in the public eye. Nothing. You need to
And I
be
don't forgive you or
far
believe
away
you
from it.
about Graham, Rachel. That's the other thing. The dog situation. That was trifling.
What happened with the dog? I missed it.
So she says, remember her mom posted those intense pictures because she said Graham was a biter and that
Hmm.
she blamed James for Graham not being trained. But remember, Ariana had said that that dog wasn't well trained. Um, even during the season, she had to like one of the other dogs got bit, and I'm pretty sure it was Graham. And James hadn't had that dog, so she then she claims that she didn't surrender him, but then confirms that due to a bite, they did surrender him, and now he's back with James.
I cannot with the custody of the dog.
So I'm just like, it's above me now.
Yeah.
I wish you everything you deserve, Rachel. And Bethenny, get away from me. I'm tired of hearing you. I'm tired of hearing it. But yeah. 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 Well, that was our breakdown. I feel like
Hmm.
a lot off the chest.
Oh, for sure.
I just feel like, I also have really been trying to avoid seeing like the behind the scenes and all this stuff. I don't want to know because I want to enjoy the season when it comes out.
Yeah, I'm that way too.
So I've been trying
I
to
try
like
to stay
skip
away from
over
stuff
it.
like that.
I've been trying to so this interview coming out now, thanks a lot. You're definitely going to be launching us into like the next season because we know they're filming now, which means what? They're going to be responding to what? This podcast. So, that'll be very interesting. Anything you want to charge up or speak and affirm or manifest for this upcoming week?
As always, just a good productive week. A good safe week of course. And just pushing through and making it close to Beyonce. That's kind of the motto I've been living by since I got my ticket.
Yep.
It's just literally just keep pushing through. We're
Right.
almost there. It's
Almost
all
there.
gonna be worth it.
32 days,
That's the motto for now.
Yeah. Just make it until Beyonce. I feel like this
Mhm.
past week, I feel like it has been, um, I feel like it ebbed and flowed, like some days
Yeah.
feeling really good, some days feeling down, and knowing like that I also because there's been like a crazy shortage on medication. I hadn't had mine for the first few weeks, and so trying to like kind of find my balance again. So what I'm hoping for this week, what I'm manifesting for this week, is that I am off my phone less and more engaged with like the three things I'm really focused on right now, which is like
Mhm.
career path and also growing this podcast and making it better, financial discipline and courage. Just courage.
Yes.
So those are the things I'm going to take, and I feel like the souvenir for this week um is honestly chatting with you. I'm going to take that. This recording has been super pleasant. I also
Yeah, always.
just did a recording with my friend in Hawaii. I'll also have some links for that in the bio if you want to donate or help the people of Lahaina. They really need it. And I think what I'm going to be checking in this week, I'm checking in last week because I was trash, and let's try again this one.
Yeah. I would say my souvenir for the week, of course, this conversation is always refreshing for me, and accountability. So, and that's just like within myself, I'm going through a 90-day challenge where it's more so focusing on my physical, mental, and um, financial well being.
Yeah.
So just making sure to keep myself accountable and all of those things and actually trying to see the goal through all the way to the 90 days. We're 40 days and 41 days in now.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, excited about that. What I will be checking last week was actually, it wasn't bad for me. But I guess it's more so really just to kind of just tell myself to stick with it, see it through.
See it
Because
through.
there are times where I'm just like, oh my gosh, I want to give up on this, and that. But it's like, nope, see it through. Remember the
Yeah.
big picture.
Big picture, see it through. For me, I'm like, yes, see the big picture, but focus on this little small corner right now. Don't get
Right?
overwhelmed
Yep.
because, girl, you can't. Well, as always, listeners, listen, everyone has baggage. It can look different. It could be the budget, it could be the finances, it could be whatever.
Yeah.
I guess the bright side is that you get to choose what you carry.
Hmm.
And yeah, until next time, thank you so much for listening.
Thank you guys.
All right. Bye. Oh, yes. Our socials and how you can reach us will all be in the episode notes, and we will talk to you next time.
See you guys later.